And last but not the least, we would now like to welcome the winner of a very special award, Jury's Choice Special Mention Award, and that is Hindalco Industries Limited. Let's all welcome with a thunderous round of applause Manager E&I, Alpsys in charge at Hindalco Industries, Mr. Shayan Dev, taking charge of his screens right now.
Hi, this is Sayan and Pratap on behalf of Hindalco Mahan welcomes you on the DevOps India Summit Award 2021. Although it was a tough journey for the last 2 years, but to stand apart in such a challenging situation where the market was extremely volatile, the LME price was not up to the mark. Thus, in order to sustain, we had to do something different. After a long discussion regarding survival, we came on with a direction which ultimately showed us a way to combat with this situation. There were restriction of manpowers for running the plant as per local administration, thus which was an additional challenge on one side. On the other side, we have to sustain existing system. On the other hand, some new things had to happen in order to sustain in this volatile market. After several brainstorming sessions, we came out with a solution to make some premium grade material, as our business is aluminium business. So we tried to make some premium grade aluminium in order to sustain in the market. Thus, for this, we had several data analysis in order to get the actual reason, what is the lagging parameters with which we can get to our result. After continuous monitoring of those parameters and taking action, ultimately we came out with a result of producing our premium grade metal. For doing so, we needed our team to get acquainted with the system so that they can retrieve and use the data in order to use it for producing of premium aluminium grade. So I will request Mr. Pratap just to have a brief discussion about our business case. Mr. Pratap, please.
Thanks, Sayan. So as Sayan told, this during this pandemic and the market was too volatile, in order to survival of the business, we need to do something else, something different, which traditional smelters are doing. With that view, we thought, why we can't produce the premium grade metal which customers are demanding day by day, and it is able to fetch extra premium over the LME. With that sense, we have consulted our marketing team, as customers are demanding day by day higher purity. So we started to brainstorm how to produce this P0303 grade. With this aim, we have brainstormed several times. We have analyzed our data. We have used ITOT platform. Then we have benchmarked with our smelters, other worldwide smelters data. Then we came to know that in the world, only 2 smelters are able to produce such type of grade, and they are fetching extra premium over the LME. And these premium also quite high in comparison to normal LME. And also, no Indian aluminum smelters are making such grade metal. As demand is growing, if we be able to produce this type of grade, then it is going to give us a long-term business. With this aim, we have started the production of P0303 grade metal. Before going into the process, let me explain how aluminum being produced in the aluminum electrolytic cell. As we know, current aluminum electrolytic process is very energy intensive, and we pass huge amount of current, 367 kiloampere through these pots, and current goes vertically downwards. It reacts with the alumina, produced to aluminum. It is a single step process. Once the aluminum is produced, it is tapped and sent to the cast house for the finished product. The process looks simple, but there is n number of parameters, around 1800 parameters, which needs to be analyzed, tracked real-time basis in order to get energy efficiency, higher quality metals, and product enhancement. So before going into the detailed process, the port line is designed in such a way that we are getting this power from our own CPP, and from own CPP we are getting AC current through rectifier. It is converted into DC and it is fed into the port line as DC. And all the ports are connected in series. 360 ports are divided into two rooms, A room and B room. Each room consists of 180 ports. It is a state-of-art technology, AP36S European technology, and this aluminum production per day capacity is around 1,000 tons. So when we started the brainstorm how to produce, then we have several challenges. The challenges were we are getting the raw material from the different sources, and the process optimization is also a challenge. Then process capability and gap analysis. Then if there is any scope, how to improve that one. Then sustenance and qualification of these our products. With this, we have started producing, and first lot we have given to Alris, which was P0303 HP grade of 99.94 purity. We have successfully we have got the trust from them that it is complying all the standards what they required. And with this trust, we have get phase 150 ton per month for this FY22, and it is getting around 190 extra premium over the LME. As on date, we have produced around 1410 ton of such grade, and it is giving extra premium of 2 crore. And we have acquired this new customer of Alris. Earlier, we are used to supply Japan, Korean, US markets. Now, this customer also taking our product, delighted existing customers because they know that Hindalco has extended their portfolio of product brand. Then we are supporting also Make in India initiative. We have given 10 ton for qualification, and that was successfully trial taken. So I will hand over to Sayan to explain the IT/OT part, please.
Now, as already explained by Pratap, it was a challenging job. There are more than 800 parameters that has to be monitored, and monitoring these 1800 parameters is not so easy. So first, it was very much challenging for us to make a cultural change because it was a pandemic situation with the less number of manpower. First of all, we had to sustain our existing business. And after sustaining that existing business, we had to come out with some premium grade aluminum. So for doing so, we had demonstrated DevOps 5 values with the collaboration of OT, IT and OT. The first step that we had taken to start on this issue, we tried to make a cultural change by giving different types of trainings, as the cybersecurity part of the data must be processed properly in the IT network for doing. So we did different training on the team on the cybersecurity of how to use the firewall switch and which are the port to be enabled and disabled for proper security of the data transmission, integration of the data with the existing system, and integration of the data with the overall the other part of the plant, which ultimately plays a role for producing of this aluminum. Moreover, since there was a number of manpower was very less, we had used a real-world device, which is a virtual device for monitoring the equipment on the field. The experts normally sits on the machine. Suppose somebody is doing work from home, he can guide the people by sitting in the home itself, and he can guide how to take different steps on the field virtually. Here are some of the things that we had used for the cultural change. We had utilized the Office 365 platform to share the cybersecurity related information, creating new on the SharePoint, sharing of SharePoint link on Yammer, and we had a high portal, which is a common portal that is being processed by all the ABG people. We had made several type of cybersecurity documents, which I will show in the next slides. Cybersecurity documents, small documents, which will be useful for the beginner, and they can use it for processing the data. These are some of the screenshots that we have used on the high portal for people of the learner to get a cultural change so that they can adopt how to use the data, how to place the data from the OT side to the IT side and use the data that is coming on the feedback and how to read the data in order to take some action. These are all the things that we have done on our platform in order to do the cultural changes. Now, when we went for this action, it is basically a lean as removal and revamping and upgradation of the old outdated technologies related to hardware and software with the updated version. As updation was, we needed to update the system in order to get those data, in order to interface those data with our existing system. But it was our challenge that the HP hardware that we were using, it was not possible to update those systems. So we had to go for virtualization. So we had installed a new virtual server, which is a VM-based software-based computer, which acts as a physical computer with auto backup facility. Virtual server is provided with a dynamic computing resource like RAM, hard disk, and network card, and the processor available at the host server. The host server consisting of the bank of CPU, memory, network card, and hard disk being shared by different virtual server. So what happened that physically bare metal server with dedicated CPU, RAM, network, and hard disk, which was there in the traditional system, we went for a virtual server. It gives us two benefits. See, this is basically how the virtual server is being made. The VMware is a virtual platform where we had totally sketched all these things, and the thing is being virtually in the vCenter server, and it is created on the ESXi host. For doing this, we got an additional benefit after doing this virtualization. First, we were benefited that the data of the OT side came easily to the server and we could easily integrate. And after integration of the data, we could get a feedback that what is the quality of the metal that is going on and what are the parameters that we need to focus on and what are the parameters that need to be changed in order to get our desired result. So in additional to that, there are some intangible gains that we had got, that in case of the failure of the hardware failure of the server, within 25 minutes, we can restore the server. Whereas in the traditional case, whenever there was a failure of the server, there were minimum we need 6 hours for the restoring of the server. No software installation was needed. Application configuration required after recovery. Dependency of the OEM has been eliminated. We can do it ourselves only. We don't need HP for any type of Windows activation, or we don't need Microsoft for any type of Windows activation rather. Performance enhancement and in application and services. It has enhanced our performance in application and services. Productivity enhancement due to high availability of servers. Our productivity increased, the data flow increased, which gave us a additional edge to get proper data in order to take action. Collaboration between E&I teams having diversity, it helped us, our team also, electrical team also, to have a diversifying knowledge regarding the total IT/OT system. Rather than that, we had some tangible benefits also. There was a energy saving because in normal server, we have to keep multiple physical servers. On behalf of that, we had kept virtual servers, which gave us a monetary benefit of energy saving of 2.95 lakhs per year. And there was a energy cost for running 12 physical server was 4.11 lakh per year, and the 12 number of servers merged into one single virtual server, the cost of it is 1.16 lakhs per year. So by this thing, we got a benefit of 2.95 lakhs per year. Total capital saving was 24 lakhs. Total cost of the 24 lakhs breakup is like this. Total cost of physical 12 server was 48 lakhs and single physical server cost 4 lakhs. So there were total virtualization system cost 24 lakhs, which has a capacity of 12 numbers of virtual server. Now this is the level of automation which had data flow. There was a level 1 system and the level 2 system. From the level 1 system, we got the data from the pod, which actually gave the physical data of the pod, which helped us to provide the data to the level 2 system. And from the level 2 system, basically, we gave the data to the IT network, by which it helped us a way to give the result. In the field, there are some pod controllers which actually physically take the data from the pod, and after taking the data from the pod, it transmitted the data to our level 2 system. And from the level 2 system, this is basically the OT and IT division. From the OT division, OT, there is Ellipsis system, and the Ellipsis system is basically the system which is controlling the overall architecture of the plant. And it has a redundant distribution switch and the code through code switch and IT and OT firewall system. It is going to the IT network. And from the IT network, the sharing of data is being done like this. From the OT database, the data is being shared to IT data by database interchange of data, and through IT firewall by IT WAN, wide area network. And from the IT network, it is being shared. First, it goes to the IT server, and from the IT server, it basically goes to the individual systems PC, by which it helps them to take the data and help for analysis for the system. The 1800 parameters, it shows that which are the parameters that are being deviated and by which on which action has to be taken. Now, once the data is being shared, the data has to be shared through a particular protocol, so that the cyber security is kept into the mind, so that no virus can come to our OT site. The data is being shared through FTP protocol from OT site to the IT site, and the same from IT side to the IT users. It is transferred through FTP protocol. Now, this shows the total sharing of data between our different sections on the IT side. There are 3 sections that are involved in this metal production. For the quality of metal, one is the pot room, which actually makes the metal. The next is the lab, which give the analysis of the data, and then is the cast house. The cast house makes the process the metal and make different things, just as wire rod, saw. These are the 3 places from where the data is being collected and analysis is being done. And according to this, in our IT side, some shuttle code is being generated. This shuttle code is nothing but it actually signifies that which metal of the pot is going to the lab and which metal of the pot is going to the which furnace, so that we can track the pot and we can get the data accordingly, so that action can be taken on each and every pot for getting the result. And this is one part, and the another part is that the measurement we had done in the IT network. We had done SMS system. SMS server is being put, which has a special importance. The special parameters is being marked on this server, and whenever any of these parameters get out of range, a SMS directly triggers to the concerned person, so that immediate action can be taken. And as per the SMS action, things can be resolved. And so that we can get a proper quality of the aluminium and we can reach to our goal. Now, again, I will hand over to Pratap to go on to after all these work, all these data analysis, we ultimately came to a conclusion, and ultimately we reached our goal. How the goal is being reached, I will request Pratap to go through you and just explain you in brief, please.
Thanks, Ayan. So when we analyze the data, we found there is a gap between the required result and how to achieve that one. So when we do the brainstorming and how to achieve that one 0303 grade, we have found that anode cover material, which is one key component used for the anode covering, we have started an innovative method to mix with the fresh bath and cover these anodes so that impurity level in the metal will reduce. During this entire process, we have faced certain hurdles and challenges. These challenges also mitigated within our team, and they have came up with the solutions. First one is when we have started with the making purest anode, that time rejection percentage was gone high. But to mitigate that one, we have modified our baking curve, we have modified our mixing ratio to mitigate that one. In pot room also, when these anodes are produced in one section of carbon plant, that needs to be tracked and sent to that particular group of pot, and that need to be placed in that pot only. And bath height control before and after metal tapping, that is another key parameter. Then alumina we are getting from the two sources, that needs to be tracked properly, and particular silo has to go one alumina and other silo has to go other alumina, that is Muri and Utkal. Once the metal is produced, analyze that three-way triangle between pot room, carbon and this lab and cast house. When the metal is being produced, that needs to be tracked and sent to the cast house with a dedicated ladle to produce P0303. And once the P0303 or ingot produced, that needs to be tracked by the Oracle server, and it has to be dispatched to the logistic, then finally to the customer. When we have implemented this project, we have incurred some cost. The capex cost was 1.92 lakh in entirely, and that is one-time cost. And we have gained around 2 crore in this period, and intangible benefits are there. We have filed the patent for this innovative method for premium grade production. Then acquired new customers, that is, as I told, that is Aldris and other customers. We have delighted the existing customers. Then our Hindalco product portfolio brand also enhanced. Now we are able to produce and give to the customer 0303 grade. Then Mohan has also entered into the league of the premium grade metal producer in the world, because only 2 smelters world were producing such grade. Now it is 3rd smelter, that is Mohan. Then developing first time in India, no other Indian smelters are producing such grade, and supporting Make in India initiative by enabling, because such grades are used in defense and aerospace sector. Other intangible benefits we have shared in various forums like ISCOBA, international conference like IBAS, NMD, all these forums we have shared, and we have got appreciation letters. And our sister units, because Hindalco has 4 smelters, we have shared our best practices so that they can able to produce and they can adopt some methods. And these are the patent filed for this innovative method of producing P0303 grade. Appreciation from marketing, and we have got 150 ton per month this year grade, that is the customer requirement. Then appreciation from our MD, Mr. Satish Pai, and from marketing also, and from our unit head, from our smelter head. So thank you. If any question, please.